A new series dedicated to those smaller moments that, while may look smaller, feel just as important as the long days filled with jobs. For the last year, my allotment has become somewhat of a sacred place. A place where I get to process life in my own way and just be, whether that's through movement or stillness. There are times when I go to the plot just to water, or trim the grass, or to wander, or sit and read. But those times feel just as special as when there's lots of jobs to be done. It's often in those times that I learn the most, about the land, about growing, about nature, about myself and about life. Those moments have become somewhat of a journal, and it feels like a shame not to share those moments with you all. As a writer, it feels like the perfect opportunity to bring together the two things I love the most. So I thought now would be a lovely time to start the journal series. Throughout the series, I'll be sharing my thoughts from those moments of just being. What they will be and what each one will entail, who knows. But I've learnt so much from those little moments, and I hope this series will show you that there is so much more to it than just growing food and flowers, in the most beautiful of ways. What a difference a year makes. Learning to move through nature has become one of my greatest lessons of life. It has taught me so much about who I am and what life is really about. How connecting with nature will help you connect with the intrinsical parts of yourself that I believe we all still have, no matter how advanced a species we believe we have become. For someone who doesn't celebrate the new year on January 1st, it can be easy to feel lost during the first 3 months of the year, like you're getting left behind. But it's why I love to still visit my plot during those times. Because looking around it during the last remaining winter months, it was the reminder I needed that it's okay to still feel dormant during those times. To savour and build those last little bits of energy ready for when spring arrives. And it finally feels like it has. The tulips starting to show their colour, the silver from the lavender peeking through at the base, the strawberry leaves becoming green again, that little extra slice of daylight before each sunset. With each new day, a little glimpse into the new season starts to appear, and after the cold winter months, it's a welcome treat. As I look around, it reminds me of why I celebrate the new year at the equinox, why I choose to follow the season that nature follows so effortlessly. Because when I follow nature's lead, I am shown rather than told, like a mothering hand leading the way, and that feeling of trust brings a great sense of peace, especially when times start to get a little hard. Because welcoming in a new season also means the closing of chapters. And what a chapter the last 12 months have been. So much has changed, and while it's all very exciting going forward, it comes with its own challenges and fears. But I must face the reality that to welcome in the new, I must say goodbye to the old. Even if the old wasn't such a bad thing. I've come to realise that we must prune down to the bare essentials. It hasn't been easy, but it's all part of the cycle. And to follow in nature's rhythm, I now realise how important those cycles are. They are what allow us to better ourselves and reach our full potential. No matter what cycle it is, how long or short, how fast or slow, they are all incredibly important. They are what allow us to grow. As I look around the plot, I realise how much of it has changed as well in the last 12 months. I see how different it looks from just a year ago, how much space I have made for new produce and flowers, and even though it looks bare at the moment, it's the possibilities and how much of a new opportunity it brings that I see. How much more space I have to grow and provide for myself, and how wiping the slate clean isn't always a bad shout. So when I become overwhelmed by how much change is occurring in my life, I remember the plot and remind myself that the bigger the change, the bigger the opportunity it brings.